monsters in Japan.
Get the Philosopher's Stone on the Game Boy Advance.
Riolu is really popular, and Shinx is another Route 1 Pokemon. Number 2 is Gible and Hacked Shiny Porygon Z with 6 trades. And the most traded Sinnoh Pokemon is Hacked Shiny Rhyperior with 7 trades. And finally, moving on to Gen 5, this generation actually has 4 third-place winners. Zorua, Foongus, Axew, and Beartic, all with 3 trades. Hacked Shiny Conkeldurr at number 2 with 6 trades, and all of them, just like Gengar, evolved from Shiny Girder. And the number 1 most traded Gen 5 Pokemon is Deerling with 7 trades. Generation 6 is the first generation with a legit legendary, being that fucking Yveltal. A level 20 Yveltal from Pokemon Go, but it's a box legendary nonetheless. The third most traded Generation 6 Pokemon is Skidoo with 8 trades. Number 2 is another Route 1 Pokemon with Scatterbug at 9 trades. And then Froakie at number 1 with 10 trades. 2 of them are hacked shinies though. Sun and Moon introduced Alolan forms, so that's where these ones are going on the list. And 2 of those forms are actually at the number 3 spot in a tie with Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Golem with 5 trades. 4 of those Golems are hacked shinies though. Number 2 is Rockruff with 6 trades. And of course, the most traded Alolan Pokemon is Yungoos with 7 trades. And for Generation 8, Hacked Shiny Scorbunny, Corviknight, and Hacked Shiny Grimmsnarl are all at number 3 at 4 trades. Number 2 is Rookidee and Galarian Slowpoke at 5 trades. Since Sun and Moon introduced alternate forms, they just kept making more of them. And at number 1, of course, another Route 1 Pokemon is Skwovet with 6 trades. And before we get to Gen 9, I'm going to go over the Hisuian Pokemon now because Legends Arceus came out before Scarlet and Violet. The number 3 most traded Hisuian Pokemon is a tie with Voltorb, Sneasel, White Form Basculin, and Hacked Shiny Sliggoo, all with 1 trade. I didn't get many Hisuian forms anyway. Number 2 is Hacked Shiny Ursaluna and Zorua with 2 trades. And the number 1 most traded Hisui Pokemon is surprisingly Qwilfish with 3 trades. And since I was doing the trading in Pokemon Violet, I was obviously going to get most of the Pokemon traded from Scarlet and Violet. At number 3 is Fuecoco with 13 trades. And of course, Lechonk is at number 2 with 14 trades. And the most traded Paldean Pokemon is Gimmighoul with 19 trades. I got so many Gimmighoul at once and with so many different Terra types because of some event that was going on at the same time. But for some reason, out of all odds, Gimmighoul made it out on top as the most regularly traded Pokemon out of my own Wonder Trade experiment. Congratulations, little box boy. Never thought you could do it. And how ironic that the most traded Pokemon in this Halloween video is a ghost type. And just as I suspected, most of the winning Pokemon are just Gen 1 Pokemon people throw onto Wonder Trade just so they can get a quick pseudo-legendary or something. I know you might think I'm ridiculous, but yes, I counted every type of Pokeball that was used just to see what kind of Pokeball was used the most, and the results may surprise you. I thought it would be the Ultra Ball, but it's just a bit short at 87 trades. The Great Ball was actually the 3rd most used with 90 trades. Number 2 makes sense with the Quick Ball at 100 trades. And the most used Pokeball is the regular Pokeball, because of course it is. In the older Pokemon games that had Wonder Trading, you could see what country and region that the other trainer was living in. And it was so cool seeing where your little Pichu was gonna head off to. But they don't do that anymore for obvious reasons. So I did what YT Candy Eevee and 8-Bit Dino did and kept track of the languages. And starting off with the rarest languages, first is Italian with 5 trades in total, then it's Korean with 10 trades, then Chinese Traditional with 16 trades, Chinese Simplified has 22 trades, French only has 36 trades, and German only has 1 more than French with 37 trades, then Spanish with 60 trades, and we took a humongous jump with 171 trades for Japan. And yes, of course, it's English with 567 trades. And of course, it's English that won out in the end. Most of the trades were English hacked shinies, so that adds up. English, you cheated your way to victory. just like always. In conclusion, I am never doing this again. Ever. This is not fun for me. Okay, before I end this video, there is one more thing I have to do. Remember that Spiritomb that was traded back to me? Well, I still have to trade that off again. This is the actual last Pokemon of this Wonder Trade video. So let's see what I get, shall we? Oh, Star Trek.
The explosive. Very well, Captain.
Known for the constant technobabble.
Okay, and it comes in threes. All right, so coherent tetryon beam, polarized magnetic variation. And if they really want to mess you up, they give you 5. The writers will give you 5 in a row. It's a single class 3 humanoid organism, and that's 5 in a row.
It just occurred to me that I could set up a frequency harmonic between the deflector and the shield grid using the warp field generator as a power flow anti-attenuator.
Captain, I recommend we program a holodeck simulation. Try recreating the accident.
6.
And you know, just being a show generally for nerds, wouldn't know anything about that. But yeah, that can't be further from the truth. Spoiler alert for literally any Star Trek show ever made. I will be making references to a lot of them throughout this entire video. If you get upset in the comments, it's not my fault. Just a side note, I completely forgot my shirt has green on it. So I'm gonna have a transparent body for most of the video. Bye-bye. Star Trek should be more known for sex with alien ghosts who possess their ex-lover's body, who's also their current lover's dead grandmother.
Beverly, it's all right. Have trust in me.
You're not Nana. Nana's dead. Leave her alone!
Beverly!
You wouldn't believe what I've been reading about in my grandmother's journals. You know she had a lover? Do you believe that? Nana was 100 years old.
Seen that the Howard women have exceptionally vigorous libidos.
Frankly, I'm envious. I did fall asleep reading a particularly erotic chapter in my grandmother's journal.
It has people turning into lizards, then breeding on an alien planet.
How do you know this isn't good for me? How do you know this isn't the best thing that's ever happened to me?
And if you like Mpreg, then you'll definitely love this show. Yes, that has happened multiple times.
I'm not quite sure if congratulations are in order, Commander, but you're pregnant.
I don't feel so good, Doc.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're pregnant.
This?
The Holy Pilgrim!
One of the best feats of television, if you ask me. I'm just making fun of what makes up about 10% of what the actual series is. Yes, it can be weird, campy, and sometimes racially insensitive. It's a time capsule of its time, really. We can just sit back and laugh at Season 1, Episode 4 of Next Gen and just never watch it again. I've already actually done a Star Trek Games video 2 seasons ago, and it still has under 100 views. Come on, people, subscribe already. But to start off Season 3, I needed to do a sequel to something I've already done before. And since I announced this and my season finale, I decided, hey, why not start off my Star Trek Online series with some more Star Trek video games. Star Trek Prodigy gets a bad rep for being the kids' Trek show. I thought of it as Voyager Part 2. Then it got disowned by its own Trek family, and now it lives over at the competitor's house. Honestly, it's really sad what happened to Prodigy. I wish it'll come back to Paramount Plus at some point with the rest of Star Trek. After playing this game, I just want to watch the show again.
Captain's Log Supplemental. Since leaving Tars Lamora, we've had many adventures. The dangers we've faced have made us grow as a crew. Our mission now? To rack up good deeds, to find and help alien civilizations in the hope Starfleet will turn a blind eye to us borrowing... stealing one of their ships when we return the Protostar to them.
They're sensors.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I am sorry. Are you trying to say the word sensors? Because to me, you're saying sensors. What is that?
Pick up weird readings on a star with an orbiting Dyson sphere.
At the current rate, I calculate the star's energy supplies will run out within 72 hours, at which point it will supernova.
Get it is the title. Destroying the entire system, all of the planets, and everything in it.
This star's about to go kaboom? Jacob Hogg says time to get out of here.
But when they're about to turn around in GTFO, the sun uses Thundershock and it's super effective, sending the ship crashing, so Hollow Janeway has to transport the entire crew of teenagers to the planet's surface. Now we have to go planet to planet, saving members of our crew while gathering missing parts of the protostar. Yeah, that's cool and all, but have you ever played Skylanders? It's sort of like that, but without the overpriced figures. You go around linear paths, completing puzzles and pushing boxes around and deactivating laser walls while defeating waves and waves of enemies. Then eventually you save a member of the crew or something, and they don't even become a playable character, they become a fucking perk. And for it being made by Outright Games, notorious for making really bad video games out of well-known IPs. It's sort of like THQ back in the day, but this one wasn't too bad. It is nice that we have a whole voice cast, including Kate Mulgrew back as Janeway.
I am in heaven.
Oh, it's only a library.
I am fangirling with Gwyn. I love libraries.
The graphics are good, the artwork and the cutscenes are nice and like a comic book. And if they were a comic book, I would... Pokemon is a video game series that was released in 1998 with Pokemon Red and Blue, originally called Pocket Monsters in Japan. Get the Pokemon is a video game series that was released in 1998 with Pokemon Red and Blue. Originally
series because of it. And it's a shame it's not. Riolu is really
Captain's log. Start.
Let's see what I get, shall we? Oh, Star Trek.
The explosive. Very well, Captain.
Known for the constant technobabble.
Okay, and it comes in threes. All right, so you coherent tetryon beam, polarized magnetic variation. And if they really want to mess you up, they give you 5. The writers will give you 5 in a row. It's a single class 3 humanoid organism, and that's 5 in a row.
It just occurred to me that I could set up a frequency harmonic between the deflector and the shield grid using the warp field generator as a power flow anti-attenuator.
Captain, I recommend we program a holodeck simulation. Try recreating the accident.
6.
And you know, just being a show generally for nerds, wouldn't know anything about that. But yeah, that can't be further from the truth. Spoiler alert for literally any Star Trek show ever made. I will be making references to a lot of them throughout this entire video. If you get upset in the comments, it's not my fault. Just a side note, I completely forgot my shirt has green on it. So I'm gonna have a transparent body for most of the video. Bye-bye. Star Trek should be more known for sex with alien ghosts who possess their ex-lover's body, who's also their current lover's dead grandmother.
Beverly, it's all right. Have trust in me.
You're not Nana. Nana's dead. Leave her alone!
Beverly!
You wouldn't believe what I've been reading about in my grandmother's journals. You know she had a lover? Do you believe that? Nana was 100 years old.
Seen that the Howard women have exceptionally vigorous libidos.
Frankly, I'm envious. I did fall asleep reading a particularly erotic chapter in my grandmother's journal.
It has people turning into lizards, then breeding on an alien planet.
How do you know this isn't good for me? How do you know this isn't the best thing that's ever happened to me?
And if you like Mpreg, then you'll definitely love this show. Yes, that has happened multiple times.
I'm not quite sure if congratulations are in order, Commander, but you're pregnant.
I don't feel so good, Doc.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're pregnant.
This?
The Holy Pilgrim.
One of the best feats of television, if you ask me. I'm just making fun of what makes up about 10% of what the actual series is. Yes, it can be weird, campy, and sometimes racially insensitive. It's a time capsule of its time, really. We can just sit back and laugh at Season 1, Episode 4 of Next Gen and just never watch it again. I've already actually done a Star Trek Games video 2 seasons ago, and it still has under 100 views. Come on, people, subscribe already. But to start off Season 3, I needed to do a sequel to something I've already done before. And since I announced this and my season finale, I decided, hey, why not start off my Star Trek Online series with some more Star Trek video games. Star Trek Prodigy gets a bad rep for being the kids' Trek show. I thought of it as Voyager Part 2. Then it got disowned by its own Trek family, and now it lives over at the competitor's house. Honestly, it's really sad what happened to Prodigy. I wish it'll come back to Paramount Plus at some point with the rest of Star Trek. After playing this game, I just want to watch the show again.
Captain's Log Supplemental. Since leaving Tars Lamora, we've had many adventures. The dangers we've faced have made us grow as a crew. Our mission now? To rack up good deeds, to find and help alien civilizations in the hope Starfleet will turn a blind eye to us borrowing All right, stealing one of their ships when we return the protostar to them.
They're sensors.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I am sorry. Are you trying to say the word sensors? Because to me, you're saying sensors. What is that?
Pick up weird readings on a star with an orbiting Dyson sphere.
At the current rate, I calculate the star's energy supplies will run out within 72 hours, at which point it will supernova.
Get it? Is the title. Destroying the entire system, all of the planets, and everything in it.
This star's about to go kaboom! Jacob Hogg says time to get out of here!
But when they're about to turn around in GTFO, the sun uses Thundershock and it's super effective, sending the ship crashing, so Hollow Janeway has to transport the entire crew of teenagers to the planet's surface. Now we have to go planet to planet, saving members of our crew while gathering missing parts of the protostar. Yeah, that's cool and all, but have you ever played Skylanders? It's sort of like that, but without the overpriced figures. You go around linear paths, completing puzzles and pushing boxes around and deactivating laser walls while defeating waves and waves of enemies. Then eventually you save a member of the crew or something, and they don't even become a playable character, they become a fucking perk. And for it being made by Outright Games, notorious for making really bad video games out of well-known IPs. It's sort of like THQ back in the day, but this one wasn't too bad. It is nice that we have a whole voice cast, including Kate Mulgrew back as Janeway.
I am in heaven.
Oh, it's only a library.
I am fangirling with Gwyn. I love libraries.
The graphics are good, the artwork and the cutscenes are nice and like a comic book. And if they were a comic book, I would actually support it. And the story is pretty much self-contained, so you don't have to catch up on the show to know what's going on, because mostly it is explained in the opening cutscene. There's just a couple things on the top of my head that I could not finish the game because of. One, because Jankum Pog is the worst Star Trek character ever conceived.
We found the missing part. Time to work your magic, Jankum.
Aw, Jankum Pog was just gonna eat some cold chocolate water plum pie.
I hate him. And the switching back and forth.
Watch and learn.
Let's get this done.
Captain Dal, ready for action.
Follow my lead.
Watch and learn.
Let's get this done. Let's get this done. Follow my lead.
I'll take it from here.
And if you haven't perfectly memorized the controls, then you will be hearing that a lot. If you like Prodigy, then you will absolutely love this game, but I'm just not a fan of the whole puzzle gameplay. I've talked extensively about video games and talked a little bit about movies, but I did kind of want to branch out a little more, so why not talk about a board game?
Captain's Log, Star Trek, the Next Generation interactive video board game.
Who is moving now? Tell me who.
Your mission to save the Enterprise from Klingon warrior Klavok. Star Trek, the last frontier in video board games.
I'm sorry, what the fuck was that? Star Trek: A Klingon Challenge from 1993. This was even referenced in Lower Decks, by the way. I know it's not a video game per se, but it's a VHS board game that involves video, so it counts. The VHS actually starts like an actual episode of the show. Commander Riker, played by actual Jonathan Frakes, gives the usual log entry.
First Officer's Log. Stardate 49253.5. Commander William Riker reporting. 3 days ago, the Enterprise docked at Starbase 7-4 to undergo repairs to a damaged computer core that has been causing erratic performance in low-level computer functions. The ship is practically empty, except for a few crew members assigned to direct the Starbase repair teams. Captain Picard granted shore leave to all personnel. Although I am not on board the ship, I am monitoring the repair team's progress from the Starbase.
The intro uses sweeping shots of the actual sets from The Next Generation. I assume they just filmed these clips on one of the show's days off or something, and it ends in the transporter room, where they didn't even have the budget to put in the transporting effects for when the main villain arrives. They do it later on, so why isn't it here? And that's when the main villain of the story, a Klingon warrior named Kavok, hijacks the Enterprise with you and your other Starfleet crew members not on shore leave. That's you and your other nerd friends, by the way. I know what you might be thinking. Alex, you're a fake fan. That's obviously Gowron. Who's this imposter named Kavok?
I am Kavok.
it's just the same actor playing another bug-eyed Klingon. A Klingon warrior who believes that the Federation-Klingon alliance has made the Klingons soft and weak. So in a genius decision, he hijacks the Federation flagship and points it towards the Klingon homeworld, dying in glory and starting another war against the Federation and the Klingons. And the screen cuts to your POV watching a screen of Kavok in engineering, and he speaks directly to you and the other officers around your table.
You will address me with respect when I speak. You must stop immediately and look at me. When I speak directly to you, you must touch your communicator and answer me. Yes, Captain Kavak. If you do not respond in exactly this manner, you will experience my wrath. Do you understand?
Our mission? We have to access 5 levels of the main computer while battling against Kavok as he pops up every now and then to fuck you up.
Mev! You! The one who is moving now. Answer!
Yes, Kavok, what do you want now?
I think I have detected movement at the stern section of the ship.
I mean, yeah, you probably would, since there's 6 Federation officers on the Federation flagship.
What is your name?
Ensign Alex Ryan of the Enterprise that you just stole?
You are sounding frail. I will call you Puj, Klingon for weak.
Wow, name-calling now. It's not very honorable of you, is it?
You are no match for a Klingon.
I mean, yeah, probably.
And this must be Picard's chair. It is now.
You realize you stole Picard's ride, right? He's probably on his way right now on another ship.
I place you in a stasis field.
And constantly makes you...
Experience beige.
I'm sorry?
Experience beige. Experience beige.
Yeah, the universal translator must not be working. And at maximum warp, it'll take 60 minutes to reach the Klingon homeworld. So in that time, you literally have to sprint around the board in the shape of the Enterprise, roll a dice, and whatever card you land on, you have to pick up from that pile. Computer access cards, holodeck cards, beige cards.
Experience beige.
And you have to make it to the bridge before time runs out to defeat Kavok or get attacked by Klingons as soon as you reach the border. And if you lose, you can rewind your tape to experience the time warp to go back in time and maybe save your lives.
Are you stuck in a time loop?
What? It's funny, my dad actually did own a copy of this back in the day. This board game does seem really cool, and I would have liked to see the Borg and Q related sequel, but that was unfortunately canceled. I think besides the Klingons, I think the Tribbles are one of the most famous creatures out of the original series. Created by David Gerrold for the original series episode Trouble with Tribbles, they're a living ball of fluff that do nothing but eat and breed. But in this game, you play as the Tribble. Tribble Troubles isn't exactly a Star Trek branded game. There's no mention of CBS or Paramount anywhere. None that I could see anyway. I'm pretty sure David Gerrold owns the rights to the Tribble species and whatever species he has already written for the show. He has his own gaming company called Tribble Games and runs his own store where he sells nothing but Tribbles. But I have my own Tribble. Don't worry, he's a rescue.
We will add to a biological and technological.
It was also developed by Scary Robot Productions that also made Poker with Bob and Save the Titanic. Right.
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship. Is that a Tribble? On my ship!
That was not the music I was expecting. The cold open starts with this ship. I'm not sure what kind of ship it is. It looks like a Klingon ship, but I don't know what species these three-eyed tiger things are. You can put these things on the Star Trek Deep Lore iceberg.
Captain's log, 5392.3. We're concluding our survey of the planet Cortu, a vibrant planet that will soon be completely consumed by its own volcanic core. We'll be departing after we finish retrieving our survey equipment from the planet's surface. Number 1.
Yes, Captain?
What was that?
It looks like a tribble, sir.
What's it doing on my ship?
Looks like it's feasting on our Quadro Triticale.
Engineering!
Aye, sir.
Scanners show a tribble on my ship?
Aye, sir.
Great. Lock onto that furball and beam it into the center of that planet!
But, sir...
Now! No!
I believe engineering was trying to mention that it couldn't get a lock on just the tribble. But I'm guessing that you figured that out. Well played, sir. Well played.
The tribble and the ship's batch of Quadro Triticale is transported to the center of the planet that's about to blow the fuck up. And now, playing as the tribble, you can infinitely jump on walls while stomping on enemies to collect gems, and eat cans of grain to restore health.
Does everybody know about this wheat but me?
Well, not everyone, Captain. It's a Russian invention.
How?
And collecting these will also complete challenges to unlock outfits for your tribble. And the goal is to reach the ship again before the planet blows up. And yeah, it's an infinitely jumping on walls game, vertically upwards till you reach the top without dying. And you will die over and over again. I was playing the mobile version, so I don't know if that was the best way to play this game. I'm not spending money on a free game, sorry about it. Once you get past basically World 1, it starts getting very difficult. If you like a bit of challenge and you love Star Trek, you will definitely love this game. We all know Lego, right? The best childhood building block that can perfectly replicate buildings, terrain, cars, the Galactic Senate. Then in 1974, Playmobil appeared and are still trying to compete with Lego. But they're still ugly wastes of plastic that could be used for, I don't know, Lego. But there's one thing Playmobil has that Lego doesn't. In September of 2021, Playmobil released the USS Enterprise set, complete with lights and sounds that can be controlled via an iPhone app. Yes, it's another app. The Playmobil USS Enterprise app is primarily used to control the actual set's features, but there is a couple of other options. AR Mission makes the little Playmobil figures appear and give you little missions. I can't access it because I don't have the fat ship. I did try to trick it, but it didn't work. Command mode is just the, you know, commands for the lights and sounds that I mentioned earlier. And Fun Facts is a menu where, you know, you'll learn facts about Star Trek. See, I can do more Star Trek game videos because there's 125 of them. And yeah, Beam Me Up Scotty was just a misquote that everyone thinks is a Mandela effect. Yeah, sorry, the Mandela effect doesn't exist. You people just hate being wrong. And then there's the fun button.
Live long and prosper.
Couch mode is the same game as AR Mission, but you don't need the ship for it. You can go to the bridge and see Kirk, Spock, and Sulu, but for some reason in this, Sulu's eyes are intentionally more slanted than the other ones, even though his figure in real life doesn't have that. Oh, wait, no, never mind, it does. This obviously wasn't a game per se, but I just thought it was funny. Star Trek Online is probably most well known for all the glitches, missing and long loading textures, weird and awful voice acting.
The planet has a highly eccentric orbit. Looks like it collects matter from the nebula as it sweeps around the pulsar.
And all the loading screens. Yeah, it has a lot of problems. I've heard the PC version is better, but I've only played on the Xbox and PS4 versions, and I'm mostly using footage from my PS4. My PS4 is pretty old, but it runs the game pretty well, and I've been live streaming the footage all on my second channel, Edit Trash Live. Why not PS5? Yeah, I don't have a PS5. I have other shit to spend my money on. I have rent to pay! Even with all of those problems that I do get all of the time, this game has been one of my favorite games at the moment. When I first heard about this game, I thought it was like a top-down style game, sort of like the first Fallout. But nope. My stupid child P-Brain didn't think to use Google. I really wish I was exposed to this game sooner. The Bethesda-like character creator, the ships, the fully explorable galaxy that you can freely fly around, and an almost endless amount of missions that you can go on and get rewards like dilithium and use them as in-game currency to upgrade your current ship. The character creator is just insane. It isn't as detailed as I would like because most of the other cooler options are behind a pretty hefty paywall. Like I said, it is a free game, so you don't actually need to pay real money to get these items though. It will take a while, but you have to go on a lot of missions to get enough dilithium to change into Zen, where you can then buy that stuff. What? You actually have to play the game to get rewarded? What is this concept? Also, it's gonna run poorly. Don't expect your super beefy PC or your extra RAM PS5 to run this game correctly. But for the most part, it's completely good to play. The amount of content in Did I Mention free game makes up for all of the downs. Just starting the game, you're already presented with 6 starting options. You can start with regular Starfleet, Klingon Defense Force, Discovery Era Starfleet, the Dominion, TOS Starfleet, or the Romulan Republic. Star Trek Online is categorized as non-canon to the rest of the series, but there have been a lot of things from Star Trek Online that have been integrated into the actual show. The Enterprise F, for example, being from Star Trek Online that they integrated into Star Trek Picard. So the protagonist is, well, you, whoever you want to be. But first, we have to pick the faction that we want to be a part of. But I think I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. I wanted to really do this game justice. It's not talked about enough, to be honest, and when it is, everyone just hates it. And I have already gotten some weird comments about even streaming this game on my second channel. I wanted to talk about each faction in length. I will be doing multiple videos going through the various unique plots of every single faction telling the story. So join me in my new series where I play every single storyline from Star Trek Online. Subscribe and see those when they come out. I will be doing these other videos as well, so I don't have any excuse to not make videos anymore. I will be starting with the TOS era and working my way down, so please subscribe and I will see you guys then. I don't know when that will be. There will be a premiere in your subscriptions if you subscribe. So yeah, another reminder, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. We all have that one childhood movie that just sticks with us. You know, that one VHS tape grandma has that wasn't completely disintegrated. For me, it was my grandmother who had a pug named Wrinkles and has a lot of pug-related knickknacks. So of course she had this children's movie, The Adventures of Milo and Otis.
Milo and Otis. They're traveling far away from home, and the only way back is together.
I watched this movie a lot when I was a child, and it so happens that a lot of other people loved it too. Yet now that I'm an adult, this movie is terrifying. Even without doing any research and just watching the movie, I can tell these animals definitely were hurt on set or even killed. They send a cat down 2 waterfalls. Like, what the fuck is that? Ever since I found this at a thrift store again about a year ago, I've really wanted to talk about it. And now since I do movies now, apparently, might as well talk about one of my childhood movies that, I'm now scarred by. So if you're triggered by any kind of animal abuse talk, you might want to leave now because this video is very sad. And the whole time, I will be making fun of the directors and filmmakers for putting the animals through hell. So just so you're aware. The Adventures of Milo and Otis, or The Adventures of Chatran in Japan, is a Japanese film from the fever dream of the director Masanori Hata, who for 15 years wanted to make a movie starring only animals. Yeah, because that just works out so well, doesn't it? So production began in July of 1984 and before opening in Japan on July 12, 1986. Yeah, and even at the time, people were a little iffy about this movie. And obviously a lot of animal rights organizations got involved, including the American Humane Society, who apparently tried to investigate the claims, but nothing came of it. I don't know how. Just watching the movie is evidence in itself. That's why this movie is so legal to watch, at least in Canada, because it's not labeled as an animal abuse snuff film. So let's just talk about the movie, shall we? If my childhood was ruined, so is yours. The movie is sort of like an audiobook with the narrator voicing literally every character with voice lines, and it should have stayed an audiobook. The original Japanese version was narrated by Shigeru Tsuyuki, but for this video, I will be watching the English version, and will be referring to the characters in their English names. And Columbia Pictures removed 15 minutes of the original film, and they released a way shorter English version written by Mark Saltzman and narrated by Dudley Moore on August 25th, 1989. Why remove 15 minutes of the original footage? Because the deleted scenes were way more horrifying than the actual scenes that were kept in. And it's even more terrifying when you realize that these are still all real animals, and they were actually put through all of this. And if you're anything like this person, then you can literally go straight to hell. What the fuck is wrong with you? My 5-year-old cousin cried at the part in Detective Pikachu when Charizard beat the shit out of Ryan Reynolds' Chew, okay? Pika, Pika! I'd rather not show him a video of a pug being literally mauled by a bear. But again, I have to reiterate, this is my opinion based off of my own research and watching the movie myself. So if you like this movie, I'm going to talk shit about it, so sorry not sorry. The movie starts with the only other human voice in the entire movie, Dan Crow singing the theme song Walk Outside. Known for other notable children's songs like I Had Ham, Bloody Finger, and Kiss a Cow, I believe, just off the top of my head. And the narration by Dudley Moore begins.
Except for the activity up in the hayloft, the farm was pretty quiet that morning.
He goes on about the noise in the hayloft waking up various farm animals, including these rabbits that are planning their late-night revenge on this mother cat.
The farm cat had just given birth to her first litter.
This is when we meet Milo, the orange tabby cat. After this newborn kitten falls from the hayloft and survives, this is where we meet Otis, one of the barn pugs.
You're a strange-looking cat, Milo said. Oh, I'm not a cat, I'm a dog, Otis replied. Nevertheless, as if they knew how much they would need each other, Milo and Otis became best friends.
No! No! I reject the premise of this!
Yes, this first part of the movie does feel real. I do believe that this is an actual kitten and an actual puppy playing with each other. Like, I can believe that an actual puppy and an actual kitten are playing in this scene. A few weeks pass, the kittens and the puppies grow bigger, and Milo is constantly yelled at by his mother for some reason.
Milo! And Milo... Milo, get back here! It seemed to Milo she yelled a lot. Milo, did you hear me? Milo got into trouble. He was the first to start calling out for food.
No, I'm pretty sure they're meowing because they're terrified. You put them on top of this fence. Why? Get them down. So then Milo's mother tries to teach all the kittens about the dock and the dangerous river below. And naturally, Milo falls right into the river right after she says this and is swept away, so his mother has to go after him. Let's have a tally for every time I have to say, humans let this happen. I really want to give them the benefit of the doubt that there were handlers around, maybe, but things just get worse. That leads to this hide-and-seek scene where Milo tries to trick Otis's good dog nose.
Milo had some new hiding places he couldn't wait to try out.
But it's a pug, so I don't think it's really doing much smelling anyway. He hides in places like a pipe, a boot where you can easily see the cut where they had to cut the camera to put the cat in the boot, because I'm pretty sure a cat would not like to be stuffed into said boot, a rusted metal can, a suitcase, a bag of flour, and a dirty chimney. Again, all places where real humans had to stuff this very real cat. Like, look at him. Do you think he likes this? Do you think he wanted this? He's not a consenting actor. It's a kitten. Put the cat in the pipe and irritate its eyes. This next scene is about Milo and Otis watching an egg from this chicken named Gloria.
Okay, you lot. Back, clear out, clear out.
She orders all of the other chickens out so she can lay her first egg.
There it is, fellas. Gloria cackled. My first egg.
What did you say? After Milo climbs a tree and slaps a baby bird in a nest,
Oh, yeah, your singing stinks. Will you quit it?
Milo is pinched on the nose by a crab walking through the farmyard for some reason.
It's gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
Oh no! Ow! Ow! Oh my god, let go of him!
You know, my favorite farm animal, a crab. Again, put there by humans for the sake of the plot. But since Otis is not very good at his job, a hedgehog tries to eat the egg. Again, humans let this happen.
The noise attracted a group of local snoops looking to dig up some scandal.
I call these three kittens the barn plastics.
Boo, you whore.
Then the egg hatches. I have no clue how long it's been between these two scenes, but it definitely has not been a month, right?
Milo, Otis said, I think we're having a baby.
And the chick thinks Otis is its mother for a bit. After Otis beats Milo to the ground is when the chick finally realizes it's an actual chicken and runs back to its mother.
Mommy, chicken mommy.
What's the point? Cute? So we're 15 minutes into the 1 hour and 15 minute movie. So yeah, the first 15 minutes is just filler of the animals being cute and walking around the farm and getting their little noses pinched by crabs and their butts pinched by lobsters.
Ooh. Oh. Ah!
But before we go on, I have to look at the deleted scenes for the beginning of this movie, because there are a few, and one of them is Milo's mother fighting a, quote, venomous snake. And little Otis barking at a Heracross. Back at the dock, Milo plays another game of hide and seek, hiding in the wooden box attached to the dock.
Surprise! Milo shouted. I finally fooled you!
Then the box detaches from the dock and starts floating away, and the movie can finally start. And from what I can tell from the behind-the-scenes footage I found, there were staff apparently helping the animals, but were also washed away by the river, so, okay, I really want to believe that there were staff members everywhere just in case something went wrong, but come on, he's right in the middle of this huge river. How is this allowed? And here we have the first bear scene.
Definitely not.
Yeah, this is a real black bear. It had his own handler and everything. The handler that can barely handle it himself. Like, people like this, do you understand what's actually happening here? And I don't care that they're the least hostile of all bears. It's still a bear fighting a pug.
Oh no!
What the fuck?
Stop! Oh my god,
How many dogs did they lose this day?
What am I doing? That bear is 10 times my size.
And that's not even all of it. Look at this deleted scene. I swear to God, I don't understand how this was even allowed to be put on paper, let alone greenlit to be an actual children's film. Honestly, I think it would have worked way better as a children's book, a children's novel, a cartoon. It could have been a cult classic without all the animal abuse.
Milo kept drifting along, but he was getting a little concerned because the river was beginning to move faster.
You'd really be sending a cat in a box down 2 waterfalls. It is not a fake cat in the box. That is a real, living cat in the box, bro. Remember, the director really dreamed of doing this to a cat for 15 years. Are we sure he wasn't a psychopath? They also prank the dog by putting a pit on the path where he's supposed to be running.
Here comes the dog, strong and brave. Woo! Here comes the dog, your life he... Oh!
And he's also expected...
you